I read you said recently that you feel like you're writing with more of a, I don't know, I think the word, it was like an edge or something. I forgot the word you used.
Spite.
Spite, that's what it was, yeah. So do you feel like you maybe lost that for a while, and how's it back now?
I think just the way the Bunnymen thing, over the last 3 or 4 years, it seems like the pace has been picked up, and the general perception of us throughout, whether it's the industry or new fans and stuff, or new listeners, it just seems like we've finally just been accepted by everyone as a classic group, even if they don't like us. It's almost like, yeah, they've paid the dues or whatever. And I think
I would agree. I definitely sense that, and you know, you sense it at what I was talking about earlier at South by Southwest. You get that feeling from you know, kids who weren't even born when Ocean Rain came out. Yeah. You know,
I feel America's got a lot to do with it. I think I've always felt that in America, people trace the lineage of whatever music they're into. The way I did, Bowie took me to the Velvet Underground, Iggy Pop, and wherever else, New York Dolls, like all of that stuff. And I think in America people do like what they like, and they stick with it. I once said in an interview, in England, if Neil Young had been British, he'd have been retired now, because they'd have just let him go away, you know, whereas in America it's like Neil Young's, he's an icon.
Yeah.
And I think the British people, well, that was because you had Rolling Stone and Cream, and it was more monthly, and things, you'd have to read that magazine for a month.
Right.
But in Britain there was the NME, Melody Makers, Sounds, Smash Hits.
Right.
It was all like ephemeral, disposable stuff, you know, so.
Plus you had for a long time one radio station.
It
was dominated everything.
It was mad. Yeah, because even regional stuff, that I don't know when that started properly in Britain, but it was well behind America. Yeah. And you had college, sub-college, you had loads of different things going on, and then the, you know, the K-Rock kind of level of things. And it
wasn't Capital Radio one of the first more sort of regional music stations in England?
Maybe. Yeah. Well, I think that was based in London, maybe, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it still just London? Well, you get radio anywhere now.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, it was tough because, and even on that one radio station, it was generally you just had to accept that you'd be played from 10 at night till 12 by John Peel. Yeah. And he was the saviour for loads of a lot of English British music, because there was no way. You know, it was only gradually through the likes of John Peel, you know, and I'd sometimes think, well, he didn't play us this week, you know. And then you remember how many groups he had to play because he was trying to get everyone that he thought was good out there, you know. So, but even, I mean, radio is funny, playlists and all that, and there don't seem to be that many DJs who can pick what they want to play, which is a mad job. I don't know, is that just because they like the sound of their own voice?
That's right.
Because I would have thought, I want to be a DJ for Radio 1 or whatever, because I want to play these records I love. Yeah. But it's not just because they want to announce the news and be heard, you know, by some, not even gullible public, just disinterested, just like, and it just becomes background music that doesn't really, that's why so much of it is rubbish, you know, and why there's not many lyrics that you're in the top 40 that change your life, or even make you want to put your dancing shoes on, you know. It's just all same old.
And now most people are discovering music online anyway.
Which is great, but it can, you know, it should be like, I can see, it's just I haven't got a computer.
Oh, really?
Nah, I can't. I've tried, you know, that mouse thing, the little V or whatever it's called. Yeah. It always goes out the screen and like it's gone off over the road or somewhere. Right. And I can't get it back. You just do that all day long. But I do think that it's good because there is a, you know, my daughter, my youngest especially, she's into like proper music and stuff, and she's always on. And obviously they tell the mates, and there is a kind of network of. But I don't know. I do miss that thing of when you hit one Bowie song. Yeah. On the radio, and it was like, and everything else was stuff that just made your skin crawl. because it wasn't relating to you as a kid. But when Star One came on, it was like, that's the thing. And it's like a miracle happening rather than having to. I don't know. It just for me. Maybe it's been a fault of mine, but they're the records I bought, and I can't remember. The last record I bought was MGMT.
Yeah.
And before that, God knows. American greatest hits.
You may not have a computer, but you guys are on Twitter. I know that, right?
Oh,
the Bunnymen
I'd say, I don't know,
Twitter,
Twitter just sounds so uncool. Like, have you twitted anyone yet? Like, twatted anyone? Sorry, that means something different. It's the verb to twat, not to have your twatted. You can erase that.
So not too big on updating.
Yeah, I mean, MySpace, it's like, what? It's like a pen pal, go out and get a friend. It's like, it's not too many steps away from all that.
How old is your daughter?
Weirdness.
How old is she?
She's 14, my eldest is 23.
Uh-huh. Is she, are any of them, is she into music? Does she look like she might head in that direction?
Possibly, I don't know, she's like me, whenever she has to be told off, it's like, you may as well tell yourself off, because it's all your fault, I've just done it to judge you. And it's like, because I did with my dad, but I'd never dream of saying to my dad, by the way, Dad, anything I do wrong in the future, and any compulsive behaviour, it's all down to you. But I mean, she's funny with it, and she's off to see the Cribs tomorrow night, I think. Wow. She's always on the guest list. Dad, what do you want? No, it's like, in the past, as they grow, it's funny because it's like, it is that cliche of.
I feel like there's a whole generation of isn't this Sting's daughter's a musician now, I believe, Coco Sumner. Really? Yeah. Geldof's daughters are always in the papers.
Yeah, I don't know what
they're not musicians, huh?
I don't know what the hell they do, but
right. Yeah, well, the ones.
But I mean, it's tough. I think Candy, the eldest, she's done a few acting roles, and that's starting to build up a bit, and that's what she wants to do. She's left it late, but it's cool, because most people are forced to make a decision far too young, and school doesn't help. It's like everything's geared towards shrinking your opportunities rather than expanding them.
Yeah.
So Mimi, I don't know, she could go on and be president of the world or something if she's a feisty little so, but dead funny,
Do you enjoy seeing like people her age in Bunnymen audiences? I mean, is that important to you guys to have a sort of wide range of fans?
Yeah, and that's something, because I usually have my eyes closed and behind these prescription glasses, and so I was never aware of the audience being any age anyway, but except for I remember coming out of I don't know what it was, a gig somewhere. It was one of them. It might have been in Maryland or one of them states that it wasn't like a usual place for us to play. And I was in I don't know whether I'd just done a signing or something, but I was walking out of a shop or to a shopping precinct, and some kid who looked fantastic, but he must have been about 16 or something. He said, "Could you sign me records?" And he's like, "You're my favourite band," and it was like. And this was like since '97 years.
Wow.
And I just thought that's America. I always noticed that there'd be kids kind of, because I don't know, maybe because they're used to going out more on their own or to gigs. In Britain, you tend to kind of, because there's mind you, there's an age limit in a lot of the American gigs, so it must have been.
There is
an all ages type thing, but,
right?
But I've noticed that's grown, and especially at festivals, especially in England, like loads of V last year, and just all of them sing along to every song. It wasn't just like Killing Moon or Seven Seas or something. It was every song in the set, and it was the whole audience, which was weird because I've never felt that I'm singing to an audience, and I've always thought it was individuals, or singing to myself at 13, imagining me listening to Bowie in that room, listening to the Bunnymen in that room. That's kind of where I've always aimed with my songs, rather than a mass appeal and stuff.